Live from WPRI 12, this is The Rhode Show, the place for what's hot and happening. You're having fun, eating well, and living life on The Rhode Show.
Good morning and welcome to The Rhode Show. It is Monday, March 19th, 2012, and I'm Will Gilbert.
Good morning. I'm Michaela Johnson. And of course, Mary Larson is not here, but that's because she's out live this morning at Lasalle Bakery for St. Joseph's Day.
It's happy St. Joseph's Day to everybody, too.
Absolutely. Wear your red today. We'll be checking in with Mary in just a few minutes, but we wanted to get in on the celebration.
You don't even have to say.
Can you smell it?
I can smell it. I can see it. Oh, yes, I can.
Oh, we're talking about the zeppoles today. That's right. Zeppoles. I don't care how you say it as long as you eat one.
They look delicious.
So we have the Bailey's Irish Cream, which is that one with the little shamrock right there. The original has the maraschino cherry and chocolate.
They look fantastic.
You can get them all. LaSalle Bakery, go pick them up now.
And go down to see Mary and say hello to her, too. You know, everybody warned me when I started this job. They're like, oh, Will, just look out because there are sweets, there's food every day, and you may start to gain weight. Now I sit here this morning and I look at all of these.
And you know why.
And I know why. And everybody knows I love these sweets. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll be diving right in very soon.
We'll be talking with Mary in just a little bit. Okay, last week we introduced you to Lewis Hassel from Warwick. When a wish came true, made his dream a reality, sending him to see American Idol live. Lewis, of course, was thrilled to see his favorite, Erica.
Oh, she's from my state. We're both from Rhode Island. Well, there were some people who did better than last week. Everyone was awesome.
We were able to catch up with Lewis backstage after the performance, and he says besides Erica, he couldn't pick a favorite from the night because everyone did so great. Lewis was also able to meet all the contestants backstage, and coming up just a few minutes, we're going to actually go to be talking to the latest contestant to be sent home, Shannon McGrane.
Yeah, Shannon McGrane, she did a nice job, but it's so hard. I mean, once you start making these top 10s, they're all so good.
They are all good.
If someone has one little slip up or one little flub,
they don't take it.
No,
you're out.
No, you got to make sure you bring your A game. Yeah. All right, well, we have some great news from over the weekend about local star swimmer Elizabeth Bicel. That name might sound familiar to you. The North Kingstown native won her first NCAA championship Saturday in the 200-yard backstroke. Bicel swims for the University of Florida and adds that title to a collection that includes a world championship and multiple U.S. championships. Her next big challenge comes at the U.S. Olympic trials in June. She actually competed in the last Olympics in Beijing as a high schooler when she was just 15 years old.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
She is so talented, and I love the Olympics. I can't wait. I hope she does really well in there.
I'm looking forward to the Olympics this year. Actually, I know a few girls who swim with her, so it's exciting for everybody.
I bet. Yeah, we love to see local talent.
Okay, audiences headed back to school at this weekend's box office. 21 Jump Street opened in the top spot, making $35 million. Film follows cops who go undercover as high school students, and we'll actually be talking to the stars of the movie, Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, on tomorrow's show.
Yeah, dude.
After 2 weeks on top, Dr. Seuss and the Lorax fell to second place, making nearly $23 million. Sci-fi film John Carter was third, followed by Project X in fourth, and 1,000 Words in fifth place.
Very exciting. Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum.
I mentioned Channing Tatum, and all you heard was all the women go, oh.
My heart melted a little bit. He is a stud. And that's also 21 Jump Street is our Movies with Michaela this week.
Yes, it is.
Tomorrow night, make sure you come down, Showcase Warwick. Check it out. See it for yourself.
And you can all swoon over Channing Tatum yourself, right?
Yes.
All right, we have a great show on this St. Joseph's Day. Let's see what's on the way.
It's St. Joseph's Day, and that means Zeppola time. We're going to be live inside Lasalle Bakery showing you firsthand how this batter becomes a sweet baked treat.
Plus, the nation voted, and American Idol hopeful Shannon McGrane did not make the cut. She talks with us about her experience on America's hottest talent show.
Well, you never know how it's going to work on Idol because they love to throw lots of twists and turns in there, as you guys have already seen.
Then in Project Fitness, we're getting your health back on track with the help of Style Network personal trainer Katie Boyd. Add these moves to your routine.
And local Girl Scouts have a lot to celebrate this year.
This is the Girl Scouts' 100th birthday.
We'll show you how they're ringing in their centennial anniversary with the Year of the Girl.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, it is St. Joseph's Day, a feast day celebrated by many people of Italian descent. Now, for many, today is about eating zeppola, but do you know why? Well, during a famine in Sicily, families prayed to St. Joseph to end their starvation. Their prayers were answered, so the people promised to offer their most precious possession, food, in St. Joseph's honor. Mary is live this morning at Lasalle Bakery with some of the most precious food of all. We're talking about zeppolas. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Michaela. That is right. I am live amid all the excitement, and St. Joseph is the patron saint of pastry chefs. So we're here to get all the buzz at Lasalle Bakery, and here at Lasalle, it's all about the zeppolas. And Mike Manny is joining me, the owner of Lasalle. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm great. So tell me all about what's going on inside here today.
Well, today's a busy day. It's the feast day of St. Joseph's, and we're making zeppola. And hopefully lots of people will come in and buy them.
That's right, myself included. Now we're going to get into all the different varieties of zeppola later, but everything starts with the dough.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about what goes into the dough.
We cook the dough early in the morning with oil, water, salt, and bring it to a boil. Add flour. Then we put it on a mixer, cool it down, add fresh whole eggs, and then the entire dough is brought over here in the bowl.
Now that's not any regular mixer. That is a ginormous mixer, right?
It's a good size bowl.
How many gallons can that fit approximately?
That has 140 quarts in it, so that's the size of the bowl.
So it mixes up for a while.
Mixes, we add the eggs, and then we bring it over to this machine, and we deposit the zeppolas on pans.
Yeah.
Then we bring it to the oven, bake it, and then fill them, and then top them, and then sell them and let people eat them.
Let's get a little bit more in detail about this magic machine. You can see, you said it's depositing it. So this does the same thing as if you were doing it by hand, but what's the big difference?
The big difference is the machine doesn't get tired. My hand gets tired. No, it's actually very consistent in size and shape. The uniformity is the biggest benefactor of this machine.
Of course.
The machine was made in Italy. It also makes cookies. We use it for cookies and various other pastries and cakes.
Now you have another very important machine, though, at your Admiral Street location.
Yes, you do. We have a machine that we bought this year that cooks our pastry cream and cools it at the same time. It was a great investment. It really provides us with security in terms of sanitation, cooling the cream properly, and the consistency of the cream is just perfect. It's better than we could do by hand, and it's the same every single time. Very nice machine.
Oh, great. Well, so as you know, you could make it by hand, but these just pop them out because everyone's going to be lining up to try out all these different zeppolas. Now we're going to be taking these particular ones, and where are they going to go next?
Well, you see, Robert's putting them on the rack. The rack is going to go down to the oven, and the entire rack will go in the oven, and they're all baked for approximately 30-35 minutes. They come out, cool, and then get filled.
Oh, I can't wait. So the next time you guys see us, we're actually going to be filling up those zeppolas, or zeppole, however you like to say it. Other than that, back over to you.
This morning in Idol Watch, voters have narrowed the contestants down to the top 10. And it was a tough night when the bottom two came down to a local singer, Erica Van Pelt, and 16-year-old Shannon McGrane. In the end, Shannon was sent home. And she joins us this morning on the Rhode Show to talk about the experience. Good morning, Shannon.
Hi, Will. How are you?
Good. Thanks for being on with us today. I know it's been a tough couple of days for you. Tell everybody what the experience is like. I mean, most of us will never have the experience to be on American Idol. What has that been like for you?
Well, first of all, it's just so crazy being a 16-year-old girl doing this whole experience and going through everything, and it's such an amazing privilege to be able to sing in front of these three iconic people in the music industry who know exactly how I'm feeling on the stage, and because they've been told yes and no, and it's just so crazy being able to have this whole experience so soon too.
Does that set the mood, different? I mean, you walk out on stage, Jennifer Lopez is standing there, Steven Tyler and Randy. I mean, that alone's got to get your nerves going.
Yeah, it was definitely really nerve-wracking being up there on that stage, and I'm really upset that I had to be sent home, but this is nothing to hang my head about. I'm really proud of myself that I got this far, and I'm not going to stop what I'm doing at all.
Were you surprised, you know, that you were sent home, or did you know? I mean, everybody has a gut feeling sometimes of the way things are going to work out. Were you surprised that you were sent home?
Well, you never know how it's going to work on Idol, because they love to throw lots of twists and turns in there, as you guys have already seen about this whole entire thing this past week, and with the 2 people in the bottom last week. It was just so crazy, and I'm just so lucky that I made it out, and I've made it this far. So.
And how is it taking, you know, critiques from the judges? Is it tough each week when you get that feedback from them, or do you actually take that feedback and put it into action the next time you're up on stage?
Well, it's kind of both. It's really hard hearing that feedback, but it's the truth. They know what they're doing, and I'm so glad to know that they're giving me their honest opinion, and they're only helping me grow as an artist and a performer.
And is Jimmy as tough in real life as he seems to be when we watch American Idol?
Jimmy, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin with him. He's a really cool guy. He knows what he's doing, though. He's been so successful with all his work, and it is a little intimidating going in to sing for him and working with him, and but he knows, and he's only going to help me get even better.
All right, I know you've been asked this question before, but we're going to ask it to you again. What did your dad really think of Steven Tyler's comment?
My dad, that whole comment, my dad was just like, oh, it's a Steven Tyler thing. I'm just going to brush it off my shoulder, and, you know, but that was definitely a really a talk of the town, I would say.
And what's the one thing, you know, I mean, I know this, you said this has been, you know, just a fantastic experience for you, but what's the one thing that you're going to take away from this? I mean, you ought to have to be very proud of yourself for even getting this far, but what's the one thing you're going to take away from this?
Well, first off, I think that the judges have given me the best feedback ever, and I'm going to take every single thing that they told me and take it to heart, and really practice on every single thing that they've told me to work on. And I'm really going to miss all my friends and my Idol family, but I know they have great things in store for themselves.
And can you give us quick any prediction on who you think may win? Do you want to go out on a limb? And we may hold you to it.
It's a really tough question. I really want to answer that, but I've been around all these people so long, and they're all winners in my eyes, and you can close your eyes and you know each and every single one of those people when you hear them sing to you, and they're all so different, and it's so hard to say.
Shannon, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you the best of luck in whatever you do in the future, and don't forget, you can catch Idol Wednesday and Thursday nights on our sister station, Fox Providence.
GoProvidence.com is giving us tips from the pros today. Our pro is Matt Januso from Shea Pascal. And Chef, thanks for joining us today. I like this tip that we're going to learn. We're going to learn how to tie a roast.
Tie a roast, yes. It's important. It is important to do.
It is very important, but what else is important is, of course, the ingredients that we're going to use. So take us through what we have today.
So what we're going to do is we have, obviously, our roast, which has been tied already. We're going to do one later.
Great.
We have mirepoix, or aromatic vegetables, so that's sort of the backbone of all our cooking.
Very nice.
So it's carrots, onions. In this case, we're using celery root. Celery root, but you also can use celery. Okay. But it's the winter time, or we're getting into spring, but we like to use celery root. Okay. We have some garlic, tomato paste, some fresh herbs. This is a little mustard rub that we make that we'll put inside the roast before we tie it.
Yum.
We have some red wine and veal stock.
Okay.
And then some cooked potatoes that we do ahead of time.
All right, so you definitely want to cook that before?
We do. For a stew, we like to cook the potatoes ahead of time, add them in at the end. That way it ensures we don't overcook them.
Nice.
So that they're perfectly cooked.
I like that.
And then we're also going to be making salsa verde, which is a green, fresh sort of salsa, if you will. So it's parsley that we use a mortar and pestle.
Okay. And this looks fun. Yeah, we'll use that later.
We'll see. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but we feel as though it really gets the flavor and the color from the herbs that we want.
Okay.
We have shallots that we soak in vinegar, so we say we've macerated the shallots.
Wow.
And then we have some capers.
Excellent.
And those three just get mixed with a little bit of olive oil, and then once the roast is done, we just drizzle it right over it.
Wow. Lots going on.
Lots going on.
So make sure you gather all these ingredients in your house right now that we can cook along with us. We're actually going to get started in just a little bit. Back to you.
In this morning's Quick Bites, our TV maitre d' visit what he call a hidden jewel for creative food and a relaxing mood. Here's Joe Zito with this week's Quick Bites.
Well, in this stressful world we live in, we all need a great place to chill. Welcome to the 505 right here in Cranston.
When looking at the exterior of this hidden jewel here at 505 Atwood in Cranston,
You can only be blown away when you step inside. A place gleaned from the soothing mood and creative tapas-type food, so prevalent in Florida's South Beach and in clubs in Vegas and Manhattan.
At times during the week, after work, they just want a place where they can come, kick back and relax, have a little appetizer or a little tapas, if you want to call it such. And, you know, nice bottle of wine, nice cocktail, good friends, especially in a room that's soothing. And I think that that's what we offer here at 505.
In the 505 kitchen, Chef Marvin Carter has created a delicious and eclectic tapas menu with a dozen different choices.
Things such as lobster tacos with, you know, it's served over a grilled corn salsa and finished with a lemon aioli. We have fresh ahi tuna. Sushi style. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Joe, one of my favorites is our macaroni and cheese with lobster, which is unheard of, finished with white truffle butter.
And it's all complemented by great wines, top shelf liquors, and even full bottle service nightly. And this versatile venue can also be made available for cocktail parties, sit-down dinners, bridal showers, corporate presentations, you name it. Then again, if you know everybody's friend Jay, a popular fixture on the Rhode Island restaurant and hospitality scene for ages now, you know why.
Everyone, you know, that works here in 505 is well aware that if someone is looking for me, then I'm more than happy to accept that phone call from them. And, you know, I'm just here to service the people and take care of my friends, old and new.
You know, as the TV maitre d', Rick, I really do need a great place to chill. I mean, there's the rugged schedule, the adoring fans, the groupies, all the rich food.
Groupies? Adoring fans?
Well, all the rich food. For the Rhode Show, I'm TV maitre d' Joe Zito with this week's Quick Bite.
Today in Project Fitness, you've cleaned up your diet, sweated off countless calories, and watched pounds melt away. But now the scale has come to a screeching halt. What gives? It's an unfortunate law of weight loss. In the last 10 pounds are most likely the hardest to lose. Here today to show how you can shed those final pounds is star of Style Network's hit show Wicked Fit, personal trainer Katie Boyd from the Miss Fit Club. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right. A pleasure to have you. Now, you are talking about these roadblocks that happen in really everyone's diet and workouts for that matter. So what can people do to really stay motivated and stay on track to keep up?
Really what happens is people get in workout ruts. They keep doing the same thing. And if you look in the dictionary, insanity, the definition, it means doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that's what most people do in the gym. So really, they're wasting their time. So what you have to really do is like just go and do some high intensity interval training. And not a lot of people know what that is. And what it is, it's keeping your heart rate up all the time and then taking a little bit of a break, letting it go down, and then keeping it going back up. So when you do high intensity interval training, see, most people, if they were going to do a squat, they would just, you know, squat and squat. But what you have to do is really think about adding some upper body. So while you're squatting, you want to.
Yeah, let's go through this one.
Let's do a little bit. So when you're squatting like this, it's called a plie squat. So what you're really doing is you're working your glutes, your inner thighs, outer thighs, the whole 9 yards. So most people would just squat down and up, right? Old school. But if you want, grab some weights or a band, and as you're squatting, you're doing hammer curls or regular curls.
And maybe for people at their home, can they even take like water bottles or something?
People think that they have to just like go and buy all this equipment, but you know what? You can use soup cans. I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
just
they have some weight to them.
Exactly.
Get those guns working.
The big soup is even better. But yeah, so that's what you really want to do is, and then in the middle, sprinkle some plyometric exercises. And what plyometric exercises really are they're jumping exercises. So that's what's really going to lean out your body, and it's going to bust through a plateau. So for instance, if you're going to do lunges,
right, so normal
old
lunge.
School, you know, you can do backwards or forwards, but when you're doing a plyometric lunge, you're going to be jumping and then going into the lunge and then stepping together and then jumping and just making sure that both of your knees are nice and straight and that both of your feet are in 2 90-degree angles.
Oh, nice.
So you want to do like a plie squat with bicep curl, then jump into those alternating plyometric jump lunges, and then
you have one more for us too, right?
Bring your feet together.
Okay,
so we can do some plyometric jump squats. So you're squatting down and you're jumping up as high as you can. and jumping up as high as you can, just like that.
Wow. So I can already feel like it's definitely.
I'm a trainer and I'm already exhausted. I'm not gonna lie, but that's what you want to do to really bust through your plateaus. Okay. And you know, I go to the gym all the time, not my own gym. I go, you know, I go to all different gyms, and you never see people doing jumping exercises. That's really super important.
So how often should we be mixing up our workouts? Is it mainly just when we start to hit those ruts?
Yeah, like you'll see it on the scale, and you'll just see how, you know, your clothes feel. But what I tell people to do is, if you don't feel comfortable doing it on your own, hire a trainer for an hour. Say, trainer, whoever you are, hopefully it's me, but trainer, I need a new workout. Okay, and they're going to write it out for you, and you're going to do that for 4 to 6 weeks, and then you come back, because that's usually when you hit another plateau.
Excellent. Fabulous tips,
not rocket
Katie.
Science.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to work on these, and for more of Katie's quick workout tips to shed those last few pounds, you can visit our website, WPRI.com, or catch Katie on Style Network's Wicked Fit Club.
Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we'll be back out live at Lasalle Bakery for St. Joseph's Day. Mary is going to show us how the pros make zeppoles.
Plus, our parenting experts show us how a good laugh can be great for the whole family.
You're watching The Rhode Show, and we're back in 90 seconds. Welcome back to The Rhode Show, and happy St. Joseph's Day if you're just joining us. For many, St. Joseph's Day means one thing, and that is zeppola. So we sent Mary out live this morning to Lasalle Bakery. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Will. That's right. We're here at Lasalle in Providence, and we got to talk to Mike before about what goes into the dough of making all these different zeppolas, and the dough is all the same, but there's many different varieties, correct, Mike?
There is.
Let's talk about them.
Okay, we have chocolate mousse.
Ooh.
The traditional. Over here is the Bailey's Irish cream.
Yep.
And the fried one in the corner there.
Oh, awesome. Now the fried and the baked, do they have the same cream?
Same cream, same cream.
Wow, and how are those, you know, Bailey's ones doing last week?
The Baileys were very popular Saturday and Sunday because of St. Patrick's Day. It's a very tasty coffee-flavored, Bailey's-flavored cream.
Nice, can't go wrong. Now the original kind, you're going to be teaching me this special part about putting the cream inside. We've got this cool machine. Tell me what I need to do.
Well, what Carrie's doing is she's going to show you how to fill them. She's just pressing the button, turning them, filling them twice, and we'll let you take a shot at doing it.
I'm afraid of the stuff coming out the middle, so is there a special trick?
It might come out a little.
Okay,
give it a try.
Here we go. All right, so I put them on.
Insert.
Insert, uh-oh.
That's all right. Press the button, there you go. Turn it the other way.
Mike, this is hard. And put it back on, push the button.
Very good.
Ah,
we
nice.
have a job for you.
Now, how do we get the cream on the top?
Okay, on the top we use a pastry bag. And what we'll do is make a ring. So you want to squeeze here gently.
You did that so suave. You've got like a nice little motion going on.
Give it a try.
All right. I'm getting a little dirty with my cream hand right there. And now you have 2 locations. These are flying off the shelves. And in addition to the zeppola flying off the shelves, this T-shirt right here, the Gym Tanning Zeppola.
Yes.
How's this doing?
They sold very well. It's a very popular item with the under 30 crowd. They really know what it's all about. When they first came out, I didn't know what it was all about because I am not under 30, as you can tell.
You don't watch Jersey Shore every day?
No, I don't.
Oh, Mike.
Sorry to say.
How am I doing?
You're doing a very good job.
Hey, you know, I might stay here all day.
Carrie, would you mind passing over the powdered sugar?
There, you put powdered sugar on top?
We will put some powdered sugar, and then we'll put a maraschino cherry on top.
Beautiful. Now, if you guys want to come on down and have a Mary specialty right here, head on down to Lasalle Bakery. Look at this. Oh. Gorgeous. I don't know what to do with this bag right here. We're going to put a cherry on top. We'll put a cherry on top, but aside from that, you can see it. It'll be outside by the time we're done. Back over to you.
Today in The Modern Parent, we all love a good laugh, adults and kids alike. Charlie Chaplin once said that a day without laughter is a day wasted. The Children's Workshop gave us some tips on how to add some belly laughs to your kids' lives. Take a look. As adults, we can sometimes downplay the importance of humor, but we should remember that laughter is part of children's daily lives. You can start being humorous with your infants.
The strange behaviors that adults made, so you smiled at them, you made funny noises, you sneezed, you did all those fun stuff. And the reaction that you get from the child from looking at the adult is you get a little smile, you get a little coo.
The funny moments even get better around the age of 2, when your child starts to play with different sounds.
They start to do silly songs. They do rhymes, they do silly stories, and they start with, mommy, dommy, lommy, silly Billy Willy, and they're saying these things to you and they want you to get involved and they want you to rhyme along with them, and they think that's just hysterical. And how can you not but laugh?
As your child gets older, they learn more about jokes and making people laugh, even if what they say doesn't make sense.
You got a 5, 6, 7-year-old, and they're influenced by their peers, they're influenced by their parents, TV, movies that they go see, and they realize that a person delivers a line, then they say a little ending to that, and then people laugh. So they're like, all right, I can do this. I can say this nice joke. So they'll start off with something that they recognize, but they don't grasp it fully yet. So they could be like, why does the chicken cross the road? And then they come out with some nonsense answer like, because he's purple.
Create laughable moments by creating silly stories with your kids.
Be spontaneous. Adults are afraid to be spontaneous. Be open. Be willing to give back to your kids. Be silly. It doesn't have to be a planned activity. We're going to say, okay, let's do something funny today. You know what? You can sit down, watch a funny movie, your favorite story maybe, some Dr. Seuss, totally hysterical, reading those rhymes and songs.
When a funny event happens, you may want to write it down so that you can always remember it and tell it years later.
I have taken my daughter Jenna to see Santa Claus, and she sat on his lap and, went through the routine. I got her in the car and she said to me, Mom, I just want to let you know that that's not the real Santa Claus. And I'm like, well, what makes you think that, Jenna? And she said, because he smelled like tuna fish. And I said, well, Santa's got to eat lunch too. She said, yeah, but the real Santa Claus would not eat tuna fish.
And above all, don't be afraid to laugh.
Have fun laughing at yourself. I know as adults, we're always so serious, and kids really need to see that adults don't have to be serious all the time. And when my kids were younger, my husband, who's a very serious type of person, he used to do this funny thing. In Urkel, that show was very popular at that time, with the boy with his pants up to here. So my husband used to pull his pants like up high, and walk around and do like the little Urkel dance and sing songs with the kids, and then they would stop to do it, So do those type of things,
All funny stories, and for more tips on how to add humor into your child's day, head on over to WPRI.com.
Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we'll be back in the kitchen with Shay Pascal making braised pork shoulder. And you can find the recipe now at WPRI.com.
Plus, is social media taking a toll on your relationship? A new study reveals many couples are stressed because of their partner's profile online. We'll talk about it next in The Buzz.
You're watching The Rhode Show on WPRI 12.
Welcome back to The Rhode Show. This morning in The Buzz, chances are by now you've already signed on to Facebook, tweeted your friends, or checked in to Lasalle Bakery as you were picking up your Sapola. But while social media may often make us all feel closer together, when it comes to relationships, sometimes it can be damaging. A new study ranks the ways in which social media can cause stress in relationships. The most cited cause of stress was sharing too much information on your profile page. Second was tagging an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend in a photo, not good. Another was getting a friend request from an ex or finding incriminating information on your partner's wall or in photos. In the age of social networking, many don't even consider relationships real until they're on Facebook.
Until you actually change your status.
Yes, until you actually change your status.
And you link up with that other person.
Then it's real.
If you are to ever get in another relationship with a new person, wouldn't that maybe be one of the first things on your mind of, let me go through and make sure, you know, nothing with an X that could be taken the wrong way is posted.
If you listen closely, you can hear my wife contacting the lawyer as we speak. No, I mean, you know, anything you put on the, you know, these social media sites, I mean, you got to be ready to either answer for it or be prepared for lots of questions.
And so many people divulge so much information. You could have a small tiff with your partner, and then you post some sort of quote that's kind of, you know, kind of nasty, maybe getting back, oh, I'm so hurt, you know. Stole my Zappole and you stole my heart and now you broke it, and you know, but you know what I mean. You know, once you put a quote up there or something, you can't take it back. It is now forever up there. They see it. It triggers something else. Here goes the downward spiral of your relationship.
Once you put something on, you know, Facebook, I mean, everybody knows. You put it out there, you might as well get on a microphone or get on television like we are now and announce it to everybody, because it will spread like wildfire. Absolutely. And you know, people love to gossip.
They do. I was just going to say that too. They love to talk, even if you're interested in someone. What's the first thing you do? You snoop them on Facebook. You want to see what they're up to, who they're with, who's that girl in the photo, who's that guy in the photo, who you know, what does this mean? You have to watch everything that you divulge on your social media, and I can understand how things can get twisted and taken the wrong way and then cause problems.
Right, you know, I mean, we both have, you know, Facebook pages like so many of you do, but I mean, you know, there are ways to make sure that the settings are right. I mean, you know, I have kids, so I'm always, you know, be very leery of posting pictures of kids or, you know, telling people where you are or when you're going on vacation. You know, burglars are ready to, you know, jump on that and take things away without question.
You just said pictures of kids. Let's say I post a picture of me and a kid. It could be a cousin, niece, you know, a nephew, whoever it is. Someone could immediately think that now I have kids. And then just, not that that's necessarily a good or a bad thing, but it puts an image in their head, and now they start twisting and thinking, what else does this person
Stories
do?
Spread quick.
Very quickly. Speaking of spreading quickly, we want to see what everyone else thinks. And Mary is actually live this morning at Lasalle Bakery. We want to check in with her, you know, see what some people think that are there. They're buying their Zappoles. Do they also, what do they feel about social networking, Mary?
Well, you know, I was able to get Ann and Gian to sit down with me, have a cup of coffee as we enjoy our Zappole this morning, and we were talking about social media, Facebook, and how we feel about it impacting our relationship. So, Ann, what are your thoughts on it?
I don't use it.
How come?
I just don't.
Do you think that, you know, having real relationships rather than social media relationships, how do you think it differs, and why have you chosen to kind of steer clear from sites like Facebook?
I'd rather talk face-to-face with someone.
Yeah. I agree. I like talking face-to-face with Ann. And Gian, what's your opinion?
I agree with that. I think as far as relationships go, it should be more of like a personal thing. But I know that I use Facebook, like a couple sports teams of mine, like we organize practices through that. So in that respect, it's good, but I'm a phone guy. I'd rather talk to you on the phone. If you got something to say, just, you know, I'd rather talk to you. I agree with that.
What do you think about drama? Do you think social media sites kind of stir it up?
Yeah, I definitely think that. I mean, along with the relationship things, I mean, I've had situations where certain people get either jealous or something with a misunderstanding just because it's words come across a lot different than spoken words, you know, like when they're on the computer. So definitely drama. Definitely.
And I see Ann shaking her head. She's agreeing with all this. So that's how we're feeling at Lasalle. You know, we just like to talk face-to-face with our cup of coffee and our sweet treats. And back over to you.
All right, thanks, Mary. Well, we want to get a check on what our Facebook friends are saying. So Susie Marrier Lake said, I think you find out quicker if friends are real or fake. I think the same goes with relationships.
Well, that's true.
And Nikki Lavery added, I think if you are not 100% secure in your relationship in the first place, Facebook can definitely bring out jealousy and insecurities.
A lot of trouble can be caused.
And Steve Renshaw said, I think social media can negatively affect a person's relationship at home and at work. To some, Facebook and anything similar have become diaries as well as information services. You can weigh in today's poll by voting. Our question is, do you think social media has an effect on relationships? Your choices are A, yes, it's too revealing, or B, no, I trust my partner. And here's a look at some other topics that are trending online today. One of the top 3 searches on Google today is Discovery Network's Frozen Planet. The show premiered last night and shows the life that lives at the extreme ends of the Earth. This icy world has become a hot topic. You can even download photos to customize your Facebook covers. Pretty cool. Very interesting starfish, too. And guess who's going viral today? Grandparents. These senior sensations are having fun with the distortion effects on video editing software with hilarious effects. There's dancing, animal noises, and of course, a lot of laughing. Look like they're having fun. And don't forget, we're still on the search for the best in local music. Voting is now open for our Big Break contest. You can check out the videos that we have online now. They have all sorts of music on there and range from solo artists to entire bands. To vote, all you have to do is just head to our website, WPRI.com. We have a link that will take you right to the videos. One full video view equals one vote, so make sure you watch it all the way through. Now, I'll be back at the end of the show with your poll results, but for now, we're going to head back into the kitchen. Will, how's it going?
It's going very well. We're back in the Rhode Show kitchen this morning. GoProvidence.com, getting tips from the pros. Matt Gianoso is here from Chez Pascal, and we're making braised pork shoulder. Now, the tip from the pro today is going to be how to tie this, right?
We're going to learn how to tie a roast, hopefully. Okay. That's the idea.
You know, I've tried this at home before, and for some reason, I'm never able to do it. Yeah. You know, I see it on, magazines. You see, professionals like yourself do it. I can never do it the same way.
Right.
What's the secret?
Just practice.
Okay.
So the way we learned was on a kitchen towel, rather than a piece of meat. So I'll have you follow me. You'll pretend this is a roast. I'll do mine here, and hopefully the end result will look like this.
Now the good thing was he was asking this morning if I was a lefty. So I'm a lefty too, just like you.
That's important because I try to teach the cooks if they're right-handed. For some reason, it's just completely opposite. So I'm just going to quickly season the inside of the roast.
All right.
Salt and pepper. We just do a little bit of. We have this parsley rub that we do. Okay. Just to give it a little extra flavor. And then the idea, we're just going to roll. So it's basically a roulade. So,
so this one's already rolled.
That's already rolled. When tying roasts, start from the thick end, work your way to the thin end. So the first thing I do is I'm going to run my string underneath, just like so. So yours is already done like
mine's
that.
Already done. Yep.
I do this, bring it over to me, 2 fingers, make a loop, take this string on the bottom, it goes right through, and that makes a little slip knot.
All right.
Okay, just like that. That's where you are. Yeah.
Okay. So that's where I am here.
So the next thing you do is you take your string, like so, with your hands.
Okay. Got my hand out.
Make a loop, and then come through here and slide it under.
I don't think I did it right
here. So just like this with your hand here.
Yeah.
You make the loop.
Okay, and put it and slide it under.
Just slide it under.
Okay.
And then what happens is that'll pull it tight, like so. And you can control it. The idea is to have the strings all even right down.
All the way down.
Not only does it accomplish cooking it evenly, it looks beautiful.
It does.
So we want it to look really nice before we cook this product. So I just keep going up. And then again, it's the same technique.
Around, I think, maybe. Underneath.
Pull it tight. Yeah, see, that's the thing. When I went to school, this is how I practiced.
It is.
I took all my kitchen towels, face cloths, and I was tying these roasts. And it's even harder when you have a piece of meat because it's a little sticky, so it likes to move around. But again, it's hand like so.
Around. Okay. All right. I'm going to keep learning how to tie this roast or this.
And this only works for lefties. Okay. So if you're out there, forget
I'm a lefty. It's not working for me. In the meantime, back to you.
Just make sure you don't cook the towel. All right, still to come this morning on the Rhode Show, it may be St. Joseph's Day, but the Girl Scouts of Rhode Island also have a big celebration. We'll tell you about the Year of the Girl. That's next. You're watching the Rhode Show. We're back in just 90 seconds.
Welcome back to the Rhode Show. Today, many Rhode Islanders are celebrating St. Joseph's Day, but some have something else to celebrate.
Yeah, that's right. The Girl Scouts have a very big celebration going on as well, and Mary joins us live from Lasalle Bakery to tell us more. How's it going, Mary?
It's going great, and guys, I've actually been a Girl Scout. I was a Girl Scout for many years, and I can still recall the Girl Scout pledge. And in addition to, helping people out at all times, doing community service and going camping, the Girl Scouts has something extra special to celebrate this year. 2012 marks the Year of the Girl.
The Year of the Girl is a campaign that Girl Scouts USA has developed as part of the 100th anniversary celebration of Girl Scouts. The intent of this campaign is to really raise up the level of attention on girls and issues facing girls today.
We strive to build girls of courage, confidence, and character at the Girl Scouts, and we do that in a variety of ways. At its heart, Girl Scouts is a leadership program for girls.
What's the mission of the Girl Scouts program?
Our mission is to develop girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place.
The Girl Scouts had a very special plan for March 13th, their 100th birthday.
Local Girl Scouts gave 9 newborn girls, including baby Lila, a very special present.
We're here today at Women and Infants to honor all of the baby girls that were born today on our 100th anniversary. They'll all be welcomed into an honorary troop 2012, and they'll get their first year's membership paid when they enter kindergarten.
The patients are thrilled to receive the onesies and the certificate from the Girl Scouts.
Even though Mom wasn't a Girl Scout, she is happy that her daughter now has the opportunity.
I do hope she'll become a Girl Scout. I feel like, his family is, in Girl Scouts, so I feel like there's a long trail of Girl Scouts, so I think she'll enjoy it.
And the celebration continued at the State House, where members of the Girl Scouts of Rhode Island met Governor Lincoln Chafee and Lieutenant Governor Elizabeth Roberts. The women of the General Assembly took a pledge for the Year of the Girl, becoming honorary Girl Scouts.
We put pins on them.
A critical part of the Year of the Girl campaign is to work to get collaborations with community partners, with governmental leaders, individuals who will make that commitment that there's an urgency about identifying girls as leaders and helping us to achieve that goal.
We listened to the governor and we listened to more people.
100th birthday is very important. Started with 18 girls and now 50 million across the country involved in scouting, building character and contributing to the community. So it's a very beneficial and great organization.
A Daisy tells us why the day was so special.
Because it's the Girl Scouts' 100th birthday.
The Year of the Girl is also going to be having a very special water fire in September. For more Girl Scouts of Rhode Island events, head on over to WPRI.com.
All right, thanks, Mary. Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we are going to be back in the kitchen. And don't forget, you can cook along with us at WPRI.com. We'll be right back.
We are back in the Rhode Show kitchen this morning. GoProvidence.com. Matt Januso, Shay Pascal. Braised pork shoulder is what we're making. Okay, I was not successful at tying.
No, but we finished it. And it looks good.
You were tying a towel. It's okay. We want to worry about the real thing.
Right. So we've tied the roast. We've seasoned it. We're going to sear it in a hot pan.
All right.
Yep.
Get a little bit of color, caramelization. We add the mirepoix, the aromatic vegetables.
A little bit of oil.
A little bit of oil.
Just enough.
Then what I like to do is I'll do whole cloves of garlic because it's going to cook for a long time, and then once that garlic cooks, it's nice and sweet and tender, and we kind of can squish it on the meat.
Put it on the meat.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so a couple cloves of garlic.
Okay.
We add a little bit of tomato paste. And that's something that we just like to, once it's added, you want to cook it a little bit just to get a little color.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we add some fresh herbs.
Now what is this? What do we got here?
We have some rosemary and thyme.
Okay.
This is kind of a rustic stew, so we like to leave the herbs whole.
Sure.
Okay.
And then the next
Get all those flavors extracted from
them. The next thing you would do is we take red wine, and we want to deglaze. So perhaps if you have a hot pan, you want to turn the heat off because you don't want the alcohol to flame up.
All right.
So what do you mean by deglaze?
Deglaze is adding a liquid to remove any bits or particles that have built up on the bottom of your pan.
Oh, from the meat
From the meat itself, from the vegetables.
Gotcha.
Some of the sugars are caramelizing. So we add a little bit of wine.
Okay.
And you want a good quality wine, but it doesn't have to be expensive.
I noticed a lot of the stores even sell like the smaller ones just for cooking. Can we use that as well?
You can. I mean, the way I look at it is what we're doing with this is being cooked for a long time. We're using it for color, for acidity.
Right.
If we were finishing a sauce with wine, you'd want something of a good quality because that's what you're going to taste.
Okay. But because this is cooking for
It's
so
cooking
long,
for so long
anyway.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then we add veal stock. We make veal stock almost every day at the restaurant. It's veal bones, aromatic vegetables. It cooks for about 12 hours. And what's great about that is it has a lot of body, viscosity. When it cooks down, it makes a really nice sauce.
Okay.
So then what we would do is this would come up to a boil.
Right.
We'd remove maybe a little bit of grease that has come up to the top, and you throw it in a 325-degree oven. So this is braising.
Okay, so that's
it's a moist cooking method. It's to use tougher cuts of meat and to make them tender. So what we've used here is a shoulder of pork.
That looks good.
So you think about our shoulders, they work a lot.
Yeah.
And about how long? I mean, how long was it in the boil on the pan for?
Just bring it up to the boil.
Just bring it to the boil.
Just to the boil.
That's all you need to do.
And then in the oven, because again, we want a gentle cooking. Okay. So we wouldn't want to boil that stock. We just bring it up to temperature and throw it in the oven. So the next thing we can do is, if you wouldn't mind mixing up salsa verde.
Okay, so we're gonna put this in first.
A little bit of parsley.
Okay.
So use that spoon and just more of the parsley than the oil.
Okay.
And then we take our shallots that are macerated in vinegar.
So put this in. Is that good?
Yep. Okay. And then about that much on the shallot.
Now, is this these flavors obviously must pair well? We have the pork.
Exactly. So you have this really rich, hearty pork dish, and then you're going to get a really fresh flavor from the salsa verde. Then you can put a little bit of capers, so even less than you do that, because the capers are very strong, right? They have a strong taste.
Yeah. Careful with those.
Okay. That's right.
All right. So put those in.
And then what we would do is we would take your extra virgin olive oil and just put enough in there to cover it all.
Okay.
All right. So we're using extra virgin olive oil. It's good quality. We're going to taste the olive oil, whereas when you cook, you use a blended oil because you don't want to waste the money and or the flavor of the salsa verde. So now, if you don't mind, I'm going to slice this.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll switch.
We'll switch. So now we're going to slice our roast.
And that's held together so
It's held together.
Yeah.
Now you can we can overcook it, which is fine. It's just going to fall apart like pulled pork
because it's been in there for
so long. So we're just going to take nice thin slices.
And it's still tied, right?
No, okay, good point. I took the rope off.
Okay.
Once it's cooked, cooled, remove the rope.
Okay.
Then slice it. I have made the mistake once.
Just making sure.
Just making sure.
One of my jobs.
I don't want to bite a rope.
No, you don't want to do
Pork
that.
with a side of rope, please.
So then we would just take
that
this
on
rope.
there.
You can see how it just falls apart. It just falls apart, and you can see
that's great.
How the roulade.
And then
just spun in there.
That's right.
Excellent.
And then we're going to take a little bit of the sauce.
You finish that off.
And we would just pour this. Use my spoon.
And we're gonna, it's very hot. All right, we're going to finish plating. We're going to try it in a little bit. Don't forget, you can always get this recipe along with all of our others on WPRI.com.
Just pour it right over.
Now we're going to send it back over to Mary. How's it going?
It is going great. We're here at Lasalle Bakery in Providence, and let me tell you, this place has been hopping and happening all morning long. We've had people coming in. They've already sold thousands of zeppoles. You can see people behind me lined up, getting them to bring them to work or bring them home for their families or possibly just to eat now and here, just like my friend Chris and I are doing right now. Now, Chris has a great story about zeppoles, so tell me a little bit about what brought you here today and what makes it so special.
Well, I grew up in North Providence all my life. I just moved down to Uxbridge about 20 years ago, and it's something that I've done every year. It's tradition. I'm full-blooded Italian. I've always had them and can't get them up there. So I had a doctor's appointment this morning, ironically, and I came down and got some. I'm going to take one to my aunt, who's 85, and surprise her.
That is going to be a great surprise. You get that all the way down from Massachusetts and coming down, it really did. It worked out. And what makes the zeppoles here different? You know, you said that no one else gets it really right.
They've been doing it for so long, and there are so many different varieties now. I'm amazed. I really am, because if it's not traditional, I don't want it. But
now, what's your favorite part? Because mine is the cream.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. You can't beat that. Chris and I are going to eat our zeppoles. Aside from that, you guys can hopefully pick up your own because they're going to be open all day long. Back over to you.
Coming up on The Rhode Show, we'll reveal the answer to today's web poll. Stay with us.
All right, it's time now to check back in with today's web poll. So we asked, do you think social media affects relationships? And here's what all of you said. 100% of you said yes. It's just far too revealing, and no one trusts their partner, apparently. So I don't know what to think about that. Will?
All right, thanks, Michaela. Coming up tomorrow on The Rhode Show, March Madness is coming to Rhode Island. We will take you inside the local university that's preparing to host teams for the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. Plus, it's prom season, and from trendy to classic, we're looking at some of this season's best dresses that both teens and parents will approve.
Always a good thing.
Yes.
Make sure it is conservative. Thanks for joining us on The Rhode Show.
And for more information on anything you've seen here on the show, just head to our website, WPRI.com.
We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Grab a zeppola. Have a great day.
Well, yeah.